CFA worth it? For the right person, yes, I think it absolutely can be. But I'm going to be honest with you, the CFA isn't one of those credentials you should pursue just because it sounds impressive. You're investing way too much effort, work, time, and money to pick it offhandedly. So the better question is not, is the CFA worth it for everyone? It's, is the CFA worth it for the career I'm trying to build? And that distinction matters. The CFA, or Chartered Financial Analyst credential, is one of the most respected credentials in investment-focused finance. It's especially relevant if you want to work in areas like investment management, portfolio management, equity research, asset management, private wealth, risk analysis, or certain corporate finance roles. If your dream career involves analyzing investments, building portfolios, understanding markets, valuing companies, or making financial decisions from an investor's point of view, the CFA deserves a serious look. But if your goal is accounting, audit, tax, bookkeeping, or general financial planning, the CFA may not be the best first move. That doesn't mean it's a bad certification. It means it has a lane, and you need to know whether that lane is right for you. Let's talk about what the CFA requires, because this is a major part of whether it's worth it. The CFA program has 3 exam levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. CFA Institute lists the program as 3 levels and says candidates should expect around 300 hours of study per level. So if you pass everything on the first try, you're still looking at roughly 900 hours of studying, and the exams are not easy. CFA Institute's long-term historical average pass rates are about 41% for level 1, 46% for level 2, and 55% for level 3. Recent pass rates have also stayed challenging. For example, the February 2026 level 1 pass rate was 45%, and the February 2026 level 3 pass rate was 50%. So if you're thinking, I'll just casually knock this out, respectfully, that's not going to happen. This is a serious commitment for serious rewards. And it's not just the exams either. Candidates also need to complete practical skills modules to receive exam results, and to actually become a CFA charter holder, you need qualifying investment-related work experience, professional references, and CFA Institute membership. CFA Institute says charter applicants submit references and document 4,000 hours of investment decision-making work experience. So when people ask if the CFA is worth it, part of the answer is, are you prepared to spend years to get it? Now let's talk about cost. Starting with 2026 exams, CFA Institute says total exam fees for all 3 CFA levels range from about $3,520 to $4,600, depending on whether you register early or during the standard registration window. That doesn't include local taxes, extra study materials, or prep courses, which are kind of a must for the CFA. The CFA Institute also eliminated the old one-time $350 enrollment fee starting with the 2026 exams, which does help lower the upfront cost of it. So compared to something like a graduate degree, the CFA has a strong ROI, but compared to doing nothing, it's still a serious investment. And the real cost isn't just money, it's your weekends, evenings, missed plans, mental energy, study fatigue, saying no to things because you have a mock exam waiting for you. That's why I wouldn't recommend the CFA to someone who's only half interested in investment finance. You need a real reason. Now, here's the best part: salary. This is where the CFA can look very attractive, but we need to be careful. The CFA doesn't magically hand you a high salary the second you pass level 1, and it doesn't replace experience, networking, interviewing, or actual job performance. But in the right finance roles, it can absolutely strengthen your career profile. Kaplan Schweizer cites CFA Institute data saying the average salary for a CFA charter holder is about $180,000, while also noting that compensation varies heavily based on role, location, employer, and experience. Kaplan also notes that CFA salary figures may not include bonuses, profit sharing, or other compensation, which can be a big part of pay in investment roles. That's the salary upside, but the important part isn't just the CFA equals 6 figures. It's the CFA can boost salaries and prospects in careers that already tend to have strong earning potential. Think portfolio management, research, investment analysis, wealth management, risk, asset management, certain leadership roles. If that's the world you want to enter, the CFA can help signal that you're serious, disciplined, and trained in a rigorous investment framework. But if you're trying to become a CPA, a tax advisor, a bookkeeper, an insurance agent, or a general personal finance educator, the CFA might not give you the same return. Again, right credential, right lane. So who is the CFA worth it for? I'd say the CFA is worth considering if you want a career in investments, portfolio management, equity research, asset management, institutional finance, private wealth, or investment analysis. It can also make sense if you're already in finance and want to move into a more analytical or investment focused role. And it may be especially valuable if you don't want to get an MBA, but you still want a serious credential that's recognized in global finance. Now, who should probably think twice? If you hate markets, don't like investment analysis, don't want to study for hundreds of hours, or you're only doing it because someone said it looks good, I'd pause. Also, if your real goal is financial planning with individual clients, you may want to compare the CFA with the CFP. If your real goal is accounting, compare it with the CPA. If your real goal is tax, compare it with the EA. To be clear, the CFA is powerful, but it's not a universal solution. Now let's talk ROI in the most practical way. The CFA is probably worth it if it helps you do one of three things: break into the investment industry, move up in an investment-focused role, or become credible in front of employers, clients, or colleagues who value the charter. It's less likely to be worth it if it doesn't connect to a specific career move. So before you register, I'd ask yourself, what jobs am I targeting? Do those job postings mention the CFA? Are people in those roles charter holders? Will this credential help me compete? Do I have the time and discipline to study for multiple levels? And am I actually interested in the material? I know when you see that salary, it can be easy to forget that you're about to drop 90,000 hours over the course of your career, because studying something this intense is hard enough when you care, when you do find the material interesting, and when you find the work legitimately rewarding. It's brutal when you don't. So here's the honest answer. Yes, the CFA can be worth it. It's respected, it's rigorous, and in the right finance career, it can improve your credibility, career mobility, and earning potential. But it's not a shortcut. It's not a guaranteed job, and it's not the best credential for every finance adjacent career. The CFA is worth it when it matches the work you actually want to do. So don't choose it for clout. Choose it because you want an investment career badly enough to really earn it. For more finance career tips, exam breakdowns, and certification advice, don't forget to subscribe. We post every day.